ADRA holds special Christmas dinners for homeless and refugees. AdventHealth ranks among the nation's top hospitals in the United States. Montemorelos, an Adventist University in Mexico, celebrates 80 years. In Serbia, thousands of homeless receive support and hope through a bus. Family Camp is a gateway to knowing Christ in Moldova. First in the news, in 2022, only 5% of hospitals evaluated by Leapfrog Group, a U.S. watchdog nonprofit for hospital quality and safety, met the rigorous standards for the top hospital designation. 9 of those were AdventHealth Hospitals. Of the nation's 115 hospitals recognized as top hospitals, AdventHealth Hospitals represent nearly a tenth of the list. More than 24 AdventHealth hospitals also earned an A Leapfrog Hospital Safety Grade in the latest analysis released in the fall of 2022. This additional evaluation analyzes performance related to preventing medical errors, injuries, accidents, infections, and other potential harms to patients in their care. Family Camp, a favorable environment for making friends and leading people to Christ. This was the experience of the family of Alexander and Elena Nazarovs.
After meeting and interacting with Adventists, both were baptized during the Scream in the Night program in Comrat, located in southern Moldova. The couple was welcomed by Garashuk and his wife Galina, Adventist leaders in a European country. At the end of the baptism, Stanislav Bechu, presenter of Scream in the Night, made a call to join the Adventist Church, to which children, youth, adults, and elderly responded.
Adventists in Moldova thank God for such a wonderful experience. Just as the Son of God needed to distance himself from his heavenly home to save humanity, many Ukrainians need to distance themselves from their homes but to save themselves. Many of them, mostly women and children, went to Czech Republic, where ADRA, the humanitarian agency of the Adventist Church, prepared something special for Christmas. The special celebration gave tribute to Czech traditions and offered a friendly environment and an open community where everyone felt welcome and forgot, at least for a while, how different their lives were a year ago. We can support Ukrainian refugees through prayer and by donating at adra.eu. What began as a casual daily morning walk with Trans-Pacific Union Mission Office staff based in Tamavua, Suva, Fiji, has now become a movement encouraging church leaders and members throughout the mission territory to stay active.
The initiative, named Walk for Life, promotes walking each morning from Monday to Friday for 30 minutes starting at 5 a.m. A Facebook page was created and has more than 400 participants from around the Trans-Pacific Union, including American Samoa, Fiji, Kiribati, Nauru, and Vanuatu.
A place for children, youth, adults, and a special site for people with special needs. It was a camp in Pretoria, South Africa, a place where everyone felt happy, useful, and blessed.
With the relaxation of the COVID-19 lockdown regulations came the revival of camp meetings in many countries, and South Africa was no exception. Hundreds of believers from Trans-Orange Conference in the Southern African Union Conference, SAU, converged at Shalom campsite for this year's camp meeting season in Pretoria. Both the young and the old were catered for. There was a campsite for children, a campsite for the youths, a campsite for the adults, and a special site for the Possibility Ministry, and Sid Media and the Communication Department was on the ground as it happened. The results of this mega camp meeting were the baptism of 23 people who gave their lives to Jesus, and they were baptized during this camp meeting. Among the newly baptized members was an old man with special needs, and he was carried into the baptism waters.
After 2 years of lockdown, we thank God that we are here to celebrate even the new lives that have decided to walk with Christ.
Besides these baptisms during this camp meeting, the cherry on top of the cake was the participation by the Possibility Ministry. These brothers and sisters are all gifted, needed, and treasured for the ministry. Elder Douglas Mapeta from Zimbabwe Sunrise Sign Language Academy, a specialist in international sign language, conducted a training for the Possibility Ministry.
We are targeting possibilities ministries, especially the interpreters and the deaf, how to interpret the Advent way. We are not looking at a particular sign language like Zimbabwean, South African or American, but we were critically analyzing how Adventists interpret the Bible.
I've benefited a lot. I've learned that I should be proud of who I am, and that people must not judge other people because of their situations, and that you can do anything regardless of the situation.
Dozens of our brothers and sisters benefited from this camp meeting, a sign that they've been all longing and thirsting to be among the family of God.
How was the camp? Everything was fine. Oh, it was perfect. I want to thank God. We learned deep signs of the Adventist way, how to interpret. That was perfect. And everything it began. At first it was confusing, but now it is clear how we should sign. Thank you.
A moving testimony was that of Sister Ruth Madzimani, a mother of one. She was born with a disability and was raised in an Adventist family. However, Sister Ruth says that for all these years, she has been struggling with the integration and proper facilities when it comes to church programs and church facilities for those who are different.
To be honest, it's not easy because most of the time you'll be able to talk with people who know you or people who want to know you, but most of the time it's very difficult coming to a place where you are not being taken to be the first priority. Being first priority doesn't mean that we always need to be treated like a class. We need to be 24/7 next to them. No, we need people to see us that we are also human beings, not like objects or aliens.
Ruth, a talented Bible scholar, is gifted when it comes to the scriptures, and she knows the Bible in and out. And she says this is the happiest day in her life, to mingle and to interact with God's children. Ruth says they should appreciate it if the church can also use them in the mission of the church so that they can participate meaningfully. The climax of the wonder of it all was this young orphan in Nhlanhla Mahlangu who was brought up by her grandmother and is now ready for baptism. Nhlanhla met Douglas Mapeta during this camp meeting for the Possibility Ministry, and they quickly clicked. He was taught a skill in music, which he says he will cherish it for the rest of his life.
People think a person with cerebral palsy, like my brother here, can never sing. But he defies all the odds by accepting that my brother, I can sing. And I taught him, and there he is. He's smiling and he can sing the song, A Wonder of All. Thank you.
As the World Church embarks on a strategic plan of I Will Go, it is exciting to see the church members in the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division embracing our brothers and sisters in this Possibility Ministry. It is indeed true that they are all gifted, needed, and treasured for the ministry. For the Adventist News Network, this is Noah Spanda reporting from Pretoria in South Africa.
We are going to take a short break. And when we return, we will see a special Christmas dinner at AdventHealth for the homeless in the Brazilian state of Bahia.
We should all act more like animals sometimes. It might seem crazy, but there are some great reasons to act less human and more animal. One reason is found in a rather common fact. Many animals like to live together as a family. Why is this? It's simple. Because they can help each other out. Living in the wild can be hard, and when it's just you have to take care of all your problems yourself. But when you're living with a whole family, each member can help the others. In fact, it's this idea of cooperation that makes all of life run. Without it, no one survives. So perhaps we should all learn a lesson from creation and spend more time helping each other out.
Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?
You need no books. They will just confuse you.
Naomi, what's wrong? We have to go. Now.
Now, why would God come here?
Extraordinary things are born in the hearts of ordinary people who have a vision of something better. This is what happened in Salvador, the capital of the Brazilian state of Bahia, after Dacian Andrade, coordinator of the Institutional Reception Unit of ADRA, dreamed of a special Christmas for homeless people. Daciana recalls she wanted to end the year with love, at Christmas with everyone together sharing the same feeling. From this dream, the Christmas Solidarity Dinner was born, which served around 150 homeless people. The initiative is part of ADRA Bahia through the Institutional Reception Units, a homeless shelter. The dinner took place at the Central Institute of Education Isaías Alves in the Barballo neighborhood. The initiative aims not only to satisfy the hunger of those who often have nothing to eat, but also to reinforce the responsibility of a more just and egalitarian society. We're going to the Inter-America region. The Adventist University of Montemorelos in Mexico celebrated its 80th anniversary with several commemorative activities.
To kick off the festivities that took place on campus, as part of the celebration, the first-year medical students organized a health fair, where members of the academic community were able to learn more about the functioning of the entire human body and other subjects.
In addition, a commemorative clock was unveiled in honor to the university's anniversary. The clock also represents the progress of the renovations done to one of the buildings on campus. As a third symbol, the clock also is a memory lane for pioneers of our university.
With the same developing mindset, a remodeled radio station facility was opened, and that's where we are talking to you from. The great thing about it is that we now have a modern structure using live transmission and a podcast style to reach our public. A digital production lab was also inaugurated called Fab Lab. The initiative is inspired by MIT that promotes that technology should be in everyone's hands.
That's right. Other development that we celebrated this week was the beginning of the expansion of the school's stomatology, currently in its first stage. A very complex project, the expansion will include a 3-story building with classrooms, labs, offices, and research spaces that will benefit all healthcare students.
In the midst of this busy week, there was also time to recognize the entrepreneurial talent of our students. I'm talking about the Expo Emprendedor, where students from the Business and Legal Science Academy, as well as Health Sciences, presented their business projects developed in collaboration and under supervision of their professors.
And speaking of talent, Daniel Gallardo, an alumni of visual arts, said, "We have a lot of talent here at the university." He delighted us with an exhibition that shares the Adventist message of hope with a special technique he's been using for a long time now, digital art. He left us with pleasant memories, and his creations are exhibited in different buildings of our institution and other institutions around the world.
That's right. Among other commemorative activities, we have carved the names of our pioneers in public spaces to visibly preserve the memory of their legacy. And in response to our civic commitment, we paraded together with entities of the municipal government, celebrating, of course, Mexican Revolution.
Brenda, there were two events that we celebrated as a family to remember our beginnings and, of course, the reasons to be grateful to God. First, there was our Thanksgiving service, in which the academia, as well as the administration, presented symbols of projects or developments of the last few years as an offering, remembering, of course, that they have only been possible because of God's providence. Second, there was a musical that told the story of the first year of Montemorelos' existence and all the challenges faced by the pioneers. Last but not least, we were able to listen to a special message by Pastor Abner de los Santos, alumni of our institution and Vice President of the World Church. We cannot fail to mention the Sabbath activities that crowned this anniversary week. Pastor Jose Vicente Rojas joined us in both services, and the theology students took the lead of the Sabbath school. Of course, we took the official group photograph to leave the souvenir for future generations and enjoyed a meal together as a family. Those were veterans and the newcomers of Montemorelos.
On Saturday afternoon, we had one more program and a welcoming reception led by the Dean, and we had the chance to remember the events that have taken place over the past 80 years. More content is available on our UMTV, the official television channel of Montemorelos University.
Let's take a break, and then we'll see how through a bus, thousands of homeless people in Serbia receive support and hope.
Have you ever wondered if there was more to life? Do you have big questions with hard-to-find answers? The Discover Bible Guides are Hope Channel's free gift to you. These 26 beautifully illustrated guides cover major themes of the Bible and answer some of life's deepest questions. Visit hopebiblestudy.org or call 888-446-7388 and begin your journey to discovery today.
A study published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association found that toddlers aged 12 months and older consumed a third of their daily calories from snacking between meals, with the snacks becoming less nutritious as the children got older. Dietary patterns low in fruits and veggies and high in sweets and saturated fats began to develop between the ages of 12 months and 24 months, and this pattern tended to be established by 24 months. That's a fact. But there's hope. Parents can establish the foundation for a healthy diet early in life when eating habits and preferences are being formed. Simple dietary changes, such as offering more nutritious snacks, can help prevent obesity and chronic disease in our children. So switch the gummy bear for blueberries and see them growing healthier and happier.
Did you know coral reefs are the largest biological structures on Earth? Coral reef ecosystems are home to up to 9 million species, making them a hotspot of biological diversity. It's estimated a full quarter of all marine species live in coral reefs, yet they cover less than 1/10 of the ocean floor. These underwater metropolises make a perfect home for all the organisms that live there. Coral reefs are also vital to land life. For example, they remove huge amounts of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Coral reef ecosystems reveal God's benevolent wisdom. He knows just how to make a home that's worth living in.
Away home on the way home is the motto of a project run by ADRA Serbia. Through a bus, thousands of homeless people can receive support and hope.
Tell us about the bus, the ADRA bus, its purpose and why it's there. And I understand yours is the only kind of ministry in Serbia that's doing this.
Exactly. So there is no other charity or any other actor doing this. That bus is an intercity bus, that kind of bus. We turned into a mobile home. So it has one small office for doctors and for social workers. And the largest part is for showers and toilet. It basically is an idea I got infested with by watching some similar things in the States, to come to the homeless community, so coming to where they are, because presently there are probably 5,000 or 10,000 homeless people in Serbia, in Belgrade, only in Belgrade, without any services of these kinds: hygiene, relief aid distribution, healthcare, which is not accessible to them, by the way, and psychosocial support, which is a bridge to integration back to the society. So we started it. It turned out to be only one bus, but it became a symbol of what we are doing, because we are going where they are, and the whole idea of the project is written on the bus. It says, "Road home, on the way to house." We believe it is a basic human right. It's about dignity, it's about safety, about being human, that everyone must have a house, a living space, a decent living space. But until we don't manage that everyone to get it in Serbia, we can provide this kind of home. And a home is a place of support where you can be treated as a human being and where hope is born.
As I saw it this morning, it seems that about 100 people go through each morning, each afternoon.
Yes.
This is serious numbers.
Yes. If we would have more than 8 colleagues in the team who work, we would, I'm sure, go more than we have now. We have in our now database 1,000 people we are supporting. It's very tough to be able to support them regularly with a small team, let's say. We estimate that the number is probably 5,000 or 10,000 people. 3/4 of them don't have IDs nor medical health care. Or if they have a health care, they're not able, because of the mental state, to go themselves. Sometimes they are discriminated, sometimes they are really in not well in sense of hygiene condition. So they know they're not welcome and they don't even go there. But they are all suffering from chronic diseases, some disabled, some with impaired mobility problems. So the difficulty is there are as many single unique stories as there are people we try to serve. Not only immediately, healthcare and everything, but ideally to integrate them back to society.
An invitation, a challenge, and a mission given by the president of an African country. Adventists accepted and fulfilled the task, and today, through the fulfillment of the mission, they are following in the footsteps of Jesus as they preach, teach, and heal.
In 2016, the Seventh-day Adventist Church accepted an invitation from the president of Rwanda to start a medical school. By 2019, the Adventist School of Medicine of East Central Africa, or ASOME, opened its doors with a clear mission view.
And with the motto of "I will go preach, I will go teach, I will go heal," they go through their various courses with the lectures that are very much enthusiastic and involved in making sure that they have appropriate training for them to become those leaders that we expect from them for the future.
Students from all over Africa are learning and experiencing Adventist education here. The school offers a 6-year program, plus a 1-year internship. Students also receive certifications, such as health leadership.
If you take a look around or you take a tour around the school, you'll find that the school is equipped with high techs, and all these things are for a better doctors like us. The way they're teaching us is not only like to know things academically, but we are also being trained to be the best leaders in the future and also now. Any lecturer that comes in class The first thing they do is prayer and they read a verse from the Bible. I have already seen a great future in me and a doctor that will become in future, because its mission is to train highly qualified medical doctors, and these medical doctors will be providing holistic, Christ-like services to the communities.
Currently, Asome is located inside the campus of the Adventist University of Central Africa, where there are only 4 faculty houses. The faculty includes both local and international professors. The school is growing, and more faculty will come over the next few years. There is a need for adequate housing, a place where they can live on campus while being part of student life.
No, unfortunately, we are living outside because we don't have a house right now to live inside. Living 100% here will be very and totally different because we can share all time with the students.
Building faculty housing on campus is a top priority, as there is a direct connection between the faculty's proximity to the students and the students' social, spiritual, and intellectual growth.
The benefit of having professors within the campus is unique. You have more access to your students. Your students have more access to you. You model to the students. The students get to see what's being modeled, not only as a health professional, but in your own lifestyle. So having a Sabbath worship, having a Friday worship, having a weekend worship, be it in the morning or in the evening with a student, having lunch or dinner with them, and where they can come and see what's happening. It's a completely different scenario when you have faculty living within the campus to having them outside.
The 13th Sabbath offering this quarter will help schools in the East Central Africa region, including Asome. Please pray for the students and faculty at this school. Pray that they can become influential health leaders in their communities through quality education.
Thank you for supporting the 13th Sabbath mission offerings for Asome. God bless you.
Thank you for watching ANN. Join us next week for more news from the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Did you know the Adventist Church has a YouTube channel where you can watch ANN Video, ANN In Depth, and plenty of other amazing videos on prophecy, health, and Bible study? Just go to YouTube and search for the Adventist Church. Make sure you click the subscribe button so you can never miss a new video. And remember, leave a comment or a prayer request. We have a team dedicated to praying for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Before we say goodbye, we'll leave you with some good news from the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing." That's our program for this week. And remember, you can always visit Adventist.news for daily news and videos. Until next time, where we will have more news of faith, love, and hope. God bless.